Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a Grand Seiko 2017 Baselworld launch. This is the Grand Seiko Hi-Beat Automatic SBGH252, 40mm in a combination of Zaratsu-polished stainless steel and exquisite yellow gold. It's a lovely timepiece with a handsome 44GS Heritage style case, a wearable size, and of course Grand Seiko's signature 9S Hi-Beat automatic caliber family inside. On my 16cm circumference wrist, the watch wears easily. 40mm in diameter. As you can see, it's also reasonable across the wrist, as the case itself spans 46mm. If you include the solid end links of the bracelet, you're still at 49.9, meaning I can recommend this watch on the bracelet for wrist as small as 14cm circumference. The watch is 13.8mm thick, and it'll fit underneath most cuffs. It's fairly low on the wrist, so you shouldn't have trouble even with tight dress sleeves. The spacing between the lugs is a slightly vintage-inspired 19mm, and of course the 44GS case shape you see right here is one of the heritage designs in the Grand Seiko catalog dating back to the 44GS of 1967, so this polyhedron form time-tested. And you can see that the bracelet is a bit more lavish than typical Grand Seiko fare. A combination of shoulders in high polish, polished centers, and you can see the centers are hybridized with both yellow gold and steel. It's an unusual and attractive look. You can also appreciate that this being a Grand Seiko in stainless steel, the removable links are fixed with screws, not pin sleeves. There's a half link, as you can see, on each side for precise sizing, and a simple twin trigger deployment clasp with a handsome relieved and polished border and Grand Seiko logo on a satin background. Quite secure. Jumping back to the case itself, Grand Seiko apparently does expect that many of its owners will wish to swap out the bracelets for straps and vice versa, so they continue to feature strap tool apertures in the lug profile. I mentioned that this is a polyhedron case form, and that's Grand Seiko's own term. It's almost like the compound eyes of a fly, as the innumerable facets of this case twinkle, glitter, and catch the light in dramatic fashion. The primary case, as you can see, features tops and undersides black polished, that is, held against a spinning tin plate on a Zaratsu machine by eye and hand coordination and pressure, as well as artisanal knowledge and craft art. These black polished mirrored sections are created, and all of this could be lost with only a moment's lapse of concentration. The entire exterior of the case is manually finished to the highest optical standard against a spinning tin wheel, and Grand Seiko is the foremost practitioner of this art in the watchmaking world. So you're getting an enormous hand-finished surface. You're used to seeing hand-finished components on dials and inside the movements of Swiss watches. Very uncommon to see an entirely hand-finished case, and laboriously hand-finished at that, in a watch that is not extravagantly and exorbitantly priced. Now, the timepiece is handsomely made with a double angled bezel. You can see it's somewhat outward angled on its flank and then inward angled on its top. It frames as a golden halo would, a dial with a flange outboard, and then a lovely frosted finish on its base. You can see that there is a deeply chiseled granular finish to this dial. It's not simply a matte finish, but it's also not the snowflake design that you've seen on the SBGA 211, for example. This is a design that is specific to the 252. Now, all of the indices and the hands, as I suggested earlier, are manually finished by micrometric artisans who use diamond-tipped milling tools to create these facets, these polished edges, and these sharp creased breaks. So this is also a hand-finished dial inside a hand-finished case. Now, you can see there is a very smooth sweep of the hand, but it is not spring drive. This is the Hi-Beat 10 beat per second, 36,000 vibration per hour movement. Like a Zenith El Primero, it is a 10 beat per second caliber, and the watch features all the refinements you might expect on a high-end manufacture movement timepiece from a premier manufacturer. You have the stop seconds functionality, you have the quick set date, and you have a screw down crown that endows this watch, though somewhat genteel and a bit dress-oriented, with a 100-meter water resistance. So this is a versatile timepiece. Underneath the case back, 37 jewel, 6-position adjusted, automatic, 55-hour power reserve, caliber 9S85. You do have the ability to see it, and by virtue of that display case back, you can see that Even the spring, the shock protection spring, is made in-house by Grand Seiko. That's their Dia-Shock system. The lubricants are made by Grand Seiko. The jewels are made by Grand Seiko. The sapphires over the case back and the dial are made by Grand Seiko. This is a fully integrated manufacturer, and as with the finest high horology watches, the movement is assembled and regulated by a Grand Seiko watchmaker. A lifetime movement for a lifetime watch, exquisitely handmade. The movement hand-regulated, the case hand-finished, the dial hand-finished and hand-assembled. It is simply an embarrassment of riches at an attainable price. Grand Seiko value and, in this case, heritage-inspired beauty. This is the SBGH252.